Hi everyone! Today we're going to be talking about our fun new Edger and Little Edger themes for this week. During Prince and Princess Week, gymnasts will take a magical journey through some of our favorite fairy tales while learning how to have good presentation and form. Good presentation is the way that a gymnast presents themselves while doing a certain skill or a routine. It's the artistry and confidence that makes gymnastics interesting to watch. When a gymnast has good form, it means that they're doing their skills with cleanliness and tight body positions. If we can make good form a habit, it'll set up our gymnasts for successful and safe skills in the future. Now that we've taken a look at what good presentation and good form are, let's go ahead and see what it takes to develop good presentation and good form. The first thing that creates good presentation is keeping the chin up. When a gymnast lifts their chin, it immediately makes a skill or routine look more intentional and confident. The next thing that creates good presentation is gymnast fingers. For female gymnasts, this means straightening all of the fingers and slightly pressing the middle finger and the thumb towards each other. While for a male gymnast, this means straightening all of the fingers and pressing them together tightly to create a nice flat hand. The next important component of good presentation and form is good posture. Good posture comes from pulling the stomach muscles upward while pushing the shoulders down and backward. Having good posture not only makes for good presentation, it also creates stability during difficult skills and creates amplitude during jumps and leaps. Another important part of developing good form is having straight legs. Straighten your legs is one of the most commonly said corrections in all of gymnastics. This is because having straight legs not only looks better, it also makes for much more successful and dynamic skills. Teaching young gymnasts how to properly engage their leg muscles will set them up for so much successful gymnastics in their future. Pointed toes is another very important aspect of good form. Gymnasts will have to have their toes pointed in nearly every skill that they ever do. That's why it's so important that we develop the good habit of pointed toes in our young gymnasts. Now that we've talked about what it takes to create these concepts, let's go ahead and take a look at an example of good presentation and form. How will we begin developing these concepts? Let's go ahead and take a look at this week's good form and good presentation exercises. Our first exercise for good form this week is Sleeping Beauty feet. This will be used as a warm-up exercise. The gymnast will sit in a pike with straight legs and put their feet to sleep by pointing them and wake them up by flexing their feet. This will help the gymnast figure out exactly what a toe point should feel like, and it will help develop a nice strong toe point for the future.
Alright, we're going to do Sleeping Beauty feet, so we're going to put our feet to sleep and wake them up. And sleep, wake them up, sleep, awake, one more time. Now I want one foot asleep and one foot awake. And switch, 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 and point both, make them go to sleep.
Our next exercise that will help with good presentation is mermaid stretch. Our gymnast will do a mermaid stretch on the rock and hold for 1 thingamabob, 2 thingamabob, 3 thingamabob. This exercise will help create flexibility, which is a very important part of good presentation. It also will help them learn how to keep their chin up nice and high and press their shoulders down for good posture.
We're gonna go to our rock and do the mermaid stretch for 1 thingamabob, 2 thingamabob, 3 thingamabob.
Our next good presentation exercise is our crown walks. Our gymnasts will balance a crown on their head and walk over the teacups. When they get to the end of the beam, they'll either do a slow princess twirl or a prince bow at the end. This exercise will help the gymnasts work on keeping their chin up nice and high while keeping their arms in a nice tight crown position.
Arms in crown, chin up, get to the end, and princess twirl, nice and slow.
Another great exercise from this week that we'll be working on is our chameleon rocks. Our gymnasts will hold Pascal, rock back, and stand up with a big finish. This is simulating the ending of a forward roll and teaches our gymnasts how to stand up without using their hands and how to finish in a nice tall gymnast finish with their chin up nice and high.
We're gonna pick up Pascal. He's a little bit shy sometimes, so he needs to be rocked so he'll feel better. So you're gonna rock and stand up. Good.
Our next fun exercise this week is Olaf's snowball rolls. Our gymnasts will roll the snowball down the wedge, forward roll, and run to retrieve the snowball. If the forward roll is done with beautiful form and presentation, then the gymnast will get to work on backward rolls. On this drill, we'll really be focusing on the pointed toes, the good posture, and the nice confident finish.
Snowball rolls, roll the snowball down. We can do either a forward or a backward roll and go get the snowball. Yeah, let's do a backward roll so we can see what that looks like. If the forward roll is good, we're gonna roll it down backwards, backward roll, big finish, and get the snowball. Give it back to Olaf.
Our next exercise is our dragon fight kicks down the beam. Our gymnasts will either choose a prince sword or a fairy godmother wand and do nice straight-legged kicks all the way down the beam and knock down the dragon at the end. This is a great exercise for good presentation and good form because it focuses on straight legs, pointed toes, and also on walking down the beam with our chin lifted high and stomach squeezed nice and tight.
Gonna pick up either our pirate sword or our fairy godmother wand. Kicks down the beam. And we're gonna bippity boppity boo and knock over the dragon.
Our next exercise is Rapunzel's tower climbs. Our gymnasts will walk their feet up the tower and do a pullover to a front support. A pullover is a very important skill in gymnastics development because it's the way that a gymnast mounts the bar. This drill really focuses on building strength and on creating good form because we're focusing on the straight legs, the pointed toes, and nice straight arms at the end.
Then we're gonna climb Rapunzel's tower and walk our feet over.
Another great exercise for good presentation and form is our arabesque hold. Our gymnasts will balance a crown on their head and stand on the purple foot. They'll balance their foot on the pink ball and work on holding a nice tight arabesque position. This position will help the gymnast focus on straight legs and keeping their chin lifted nice and high with good posture.
We're gonna put our foot on the purple foot. Other leg goes on the ball. Put our crown on. Good, put your crown on your head. And then you're gonna use the barrel to put your hands on so your chest stays up. And hold for bippity boppity boo.
Our next exercise is Belle's book walks. Our gymnasts will balance a book on their head and walk from one color to the other. This will help our gymnasts focus on good posture and on keeping their chin lifted up nice and high.
We're gonna do Belle's book walks. Balance the book on your head and walk from the purple to the pink. Okay.
Our next exercise is our arm positions. This will be all of the important arm positions that our gymnasts will need in the future. The coach will lead the gymnast through T, high V, crown, and beach ball, working on using gymnast fingers, keeping their arms nice and tight, lifting their chin, and focusing on good posture.
T, high V, crown, and beach ball. T. I should be able to see your fingernails. And high V. Hands look away from each other. Crown. Pretend like you're holding a diamond in your fingers. And beach ball. Good. And cartwheel.
Our next drill is our cartwheel over Lumiere. This will be a great station for our gymnasts to practice their cartwheel development, while also focusing on starting with great presentation and finishing with confidence, and of course focusing on nice straight legs and pointed toes for good form development. Our last drill for this week is our glass slipper walks. Our gymnasts will hold Cinderella's glass slipper over their head and dip their toes into the pixie dust. This will help our gymnasts focus on pointing their toes and keeping nice straight legs so that they can reach the pixie dust, while also walking with nice tall arms and their chin lifted high.
We're going to do our glass slipper walks. We're going to pick up the slipper, hold it over our head, and dip our toes in the pixie dust.
Now that we've gone over the exercises we'll be practicing at the gym, let's go ahead and take a look at the exercises that can be done at home to practice good presentation and good form. The first exercise that our gymnasts can practice at home is their arm positions, which are T, high V, crown, and beach ball. At home, you'll want to make sure that you're watching for nice tight gymnast fingers, which means their thumb and their middle finger are pressed in towards each other, and you'll want to look for their chin up, tight belly, and straight arms.
T, high V, crown, and beach ball. T. I should be able to see your fingernails. And high V. Hands look away from each other. Crown. Pretend like you're holding a diamond in your fingers. And beach ball. Good. And cartwheel.
Another exercise from this week that can be practiced at home is our Sleeping Beauty feet. As you're doing this exercise at home, make sure you're looking for a nice hard toe point when they put their feet to sleep, and a nice big flex when they wake their feet up.
Alright, we're going to do Sleeping Beauty feet. So we're going to put our feet to sleep and wake them up. And sleep. Wake them up. Sleep. Awake. One more time. Now I want one foot asleep and one foot awake. And switch. 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 And point both. Make them go to sleep.
Another fun exercise that can be done at home is our mermaid stretch. While doing this exercise at home, make sure you're looking for nice straight arms, feet glued together just like a mermaid tail, and chin up high in the air.
We're going to go to our rock and do the mermaid stretch for 1 thingamabob, 2 thingamabob, 3 thingamabob.
Our last at-home exercise for this week is our dragon fight kicks. This exercise can be done on the floor instead of on a beam, and instead of a dragon, our gymnasts can knock down any kind of stuffed animal they have in the house. While doing this exercise at home, make sure you're looking for nice straight legs, pointed toes, and chin up nice and high.
We're going to pick up either our pirate sword or our fairy godmother wand. Kicks down the beam. And we're going to bippity boppity boo and knock over the dragon.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all learned some fun new things about good presentation and good form. And I hope you'll join us again next week.